Welcome back to my channel, where I share with you lots of information on the Vegan Autoimmune Protocol or the Vegan AIP for autoimmune and gut healing. One of the most frustrating things when you're on the AIP diet is trying to figure out what to eat for breakfast, how to replace a regular vegan breakfast with a vegan AIP breakfast. And for those who are used to eating breakfast cereals like oatmeal or granola made from grains, it seems really hard at first because we don't do any grains on the Vegan Autoimmune Protocol. So no oatmeal, no any kind of traditional breakfast cereal. But thanks to many brilliant AIP breakfast creators, I promise you will not feel you're missing out at all. So instead of grains, the AIP breakfast cereal's star ingredient are, believe it or not, vegetables. Because there are many vegetables that mimic like an oatmeal or a grain, like even a shredded wheat, once cooked, like you won't know the difference, I promise. And besides vegetables, you usually see coconut milk, coconut, plantain or banana chips, tiger nuts or tiger nut flour, coconut flour, cinnamon, maple syrup, ginger, things like that. Look, I fed this breakfast cereal and a few others to my parents, and not only did they absolutely love it, they could not tell the difference between this and a traditional breakfast cereal. So today I'm going to make a peach and ginger oatmeal from Healing Family Eats. And this is a fabulous recipe. It's quick and easy. It would be great for road trips. You can store it and make a whole big bunch of it for a few days or a week. You can take it hiking. It's really, really good. And the star ingredient of this dish is spaghetti squash, which is used in a lot of AIP recipes, sweet and savory. And FYI, spaghetti squash also makes amazing hash browns. So we're nearing the end of summer here in the Western Hemisphere. I'm in Colorado, so you better grab your spaghetti squash now, cook it, freeze it, and while you're at it, grab a bunch of peaches and freeze them for the winter because you are gonna wanna eat this throughout the winter. So also be sure and check out my website. There are tons of recipes and lots of different categories on there. I have an entire breakfast category and a whole sweet section and a whole savory section. And also there's tons of information on the Vegan Autoimmune Protocol, how to get started, what are the yes and no foods, and different ways I can support you.
So quickly, here's my website, thrivehealvegan.com. On the menu bar under Vegan AIP recipes, you can select for breakfast and go down below the tips and the recipes start, and I have all kinds of AIP granola and oatmeal recipes, muffins, zucchini bread, pancakes, waffles, crepes, biscuits, energy bars, smoothies, and then we get to the savory breakfast section, which you'll definitely want to check out.
Also, if you subscribe to my website, you get a free snack guide where I list many vegan AIP snacks and where you can find them, along with a few beginner snack recipes. And also, I'd appreciate if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Plus, if you're in the United States, please do check out the website fullyhealthy.com, which has all kinds of AIP products that especially when you're getting started, but all along the way on your AIP journey, you can order all kinds of AIP products. You just need to make sure that you filter for vegan and elimination phase, because you're on the elimination phase when you're first starting. You haven't reintroduced things, you haven't really seen any healing yet. And I put the links below from my website, Thrive Heal Vegan, as well as the Fully Healthy websites. So you can order some stuff that will make starting vegan AIP a lot easier.
So here's the fullyhealthy.com website. Choose AIP elimination, then scroll down on the left-hand side and select for plant-based vegan. And all of those products will come up, like every kind of product imaginable. And for example, here's just a few of the breakfast cereals that you can order.
So let's bring on the amazing peach and ginger oatmeal. You're gonna love it. Okay, let's go.
These are the ingredients you're going to need: some spaghetti squash, some shredded coconut, some coconut milk, some ripe peaches, powdered ginger, and some sea salt. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you want to get out your spaghetti squash. Mine were a little on the small side, so I chose 2 so I can also make a savory spaghetti squash recipe later. Now, if you've ever tried to slice a spaghetti squash in half, you know that it's nearly impossible, and you don't need to do that. All you have to do is cut some holes in your spaghetti squash all the way around, put it on a baking sheet with some parchment paper, and put it in the oven. It's really, really easy. Cook it from 45 to 60 minutes and then slip a fork in there, and if it goes in really easy like this, it's done. Then you want to let it thoroughly cool. You can also cook it in a microwave or a slow cooker, and I'll put the link below on how to do that. And then you want to scoop out all the seeds from the middle. And then you want to get a fork and start scraping out your spaghetti squash. You're going to want 3 cups of spaghetti squash. This time I kind of overdid it and did 3 heaping cups. You don't want to do that because you definitely want enough liquid. So just do 3 regular cups. Next, you want your unsweetened coconut flakes, and you want unsweetened coconut that doesn't have any additives or chemicals, just coconut. So you want to add 1 1/4 cups of shredded coconut. Next, you're going to add some coconut milk. I like this brand, Native Forest. There are other brands out there, but you definitely, again, don't want any additives or chemicals, just coconut milk, nothing else. There are people on the AIP diet who are sensitive to coconut products. So if you're one of those, just watch out for your symptoms. And if you are sensitive to coconut products, you can leave out the coconut, and you can use an alternative form of AIP milk. On my website, under AIP recipes, I have a beverage category, and I have 4 other types of vegan AIP alternative milks that you can make. So add 2 cups of coconut milk. Then you want to add your peaches. 3 ripe peaches, roughly cut. And obviously you can add any other fruit if peaches aren't in season, but if they are in season, they are so luscious in this. Next, add a teaspoon of ginger powder. Next, the recipe calls for a teaspoon of sea salt. That is way too much in my opinion. Even a half a teaspoon is too much. I would just start with a pinch of salt and go from there. Then you want to bring everything to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer and just keep stirring it, and it will start breaking down. The peaches put out a lot of water. I kept chopping it up with a spatula to get it to the consistency that I wanted. You can also blend part of it if you want it more of an oatmeal texture. This is kind of a shredded wheat texture. But yeah, you use a blender or use a food processor if you'd like to blend it down more. I like it like this. If your peaches aren't really sweet, you might want to add a little maple syrup. And that's all there is to it. Voila! Scoop it into a bowl. And like I said, I used a little bit too much squash. If you do the same thing and you want to add a little more coconut milk, do that. Another fun thing to add, if you can get a hold of them, are sliced tiger nuts. Now, a whole tiger nut will kind of break your teeth. They're really hard. But these sliced tiger nuts are really delightful. They're kind of the texture of raw oatmeal, but they really add a nice texture. So I added some more peaches here at the end, but this is an amazing recipe. I know you're gonna love it. Try it and let me know in the comments. Enjoy and be well.